Assalamualaikum and hi. This is part 5 of chapter 2 Internal Combustion Engine Cycles. In this video, I'm going to explain about Otto cycle. Otto cycle. Introduction to Otto cycle. So in the thermodynamic cycle, it is in part of spark ignition engine for 2-stroke and also 4-stroke. 4-stroke. And first we look into the Otto cycle's founder, which is coming from the Nicholas August Otto in the period of 1832 until 1891, and his nationality is Germany and also occupation as an engineer. And in the Otto engine development, it was first developed in 1861, a copy of Lenoir atmospheric engine, and then in 1862 a four-cycle compressed charge engine is developed. However, this engine is failed, and in 1864 the first successful atmospheric engine was developed, and this is the Otto atmospheric engine. And in 1876 the four-stroke compressed charge engine of Otto cycle is fully developed, and this is the Otto cycle engine. And from this fundamental concept, it's become the basic of modern spark ignition or petrol engine. So as you can see, this is the spark ignition of the petrol engine. And if you consider one cylinder, this is two-cylinder engine. As you can see in the figure on your right hand side, bottom of your right hand side, we have a two-cylinder engine. However, in the thermodynamic analysis, we consider a single cylinder and using air standard assumption to simplify the equation, the complex equation. And from the analysis, we become the ideal Otto cycle. Ideal Otto cycle spark ignition engine. So this is the PV diagram of the ideal Otto cycle for this spark ignition engine. We have the top dead center, bottom dead center, isentropic process, two isentropic process, and two constant volume process, heat addition and heat rejection process. And this is the TS diagram of the Otto cycle. And as you can see, we have the constant volume process, which in the slightly different compared to the PV diagram. And this is the first process, which is the air is compressed, process 1 to 2. And using the air standard assumption, which is we assume that the air is circulated in the closed loop, consider it is a closed system, and the certain process is well insulated, and it is a quasi-equilibrium process. So process 1 is actually isentropic compression, process 1 to 2. And process B, A, B, we have four process referring to the four-stroke engine, and B is the constant heat addition, which is process 2 to 3, constant volume heat addition. And here is the process, the volume is constant and the heat is added into the closed system. And then we have isentropic expansion, which is the piston start to move down, which is it is the process 3 to 4, where the piston move from process 3, which is at the top dead center, to the position point 4, the bottom dead center. This is the isentropic expansion. And then we goes to the process D, which is the constant volume heat rejection, process 4 to 1. As you can see, we have an arrow Q out to 1, and the same with the PV and also TS diagram. And we have a Q out of the system. And process 1 to 2 is the compression stroke. The intake valve and exhaust valve is closed. And then process 2 is the combustion. Intake valve and exhaust valve also closed. And then we have the third process, or the C process, which is the expansion or power stroke. The intake valve and expansion valve also closed. And finally, the last process, which is the D process, the after expansion or before exhaust stroke, also the intake and exhaust valve is closed. Ideal Otto cycle analysis. So first we look into the four process of the Otto cycle, which is the isentropic compression, process 1 to 2. And then it goes to the process 2 to 3, which is a constant volume heat addition, Q in. And then it goes to the process 3, which is the isentropic expansion, process 3 to 4. and then goes to the last process, which is the fourth process, which is the constant volume heat rejection 4 to 1, and then goes back to the process 1, which is the isentropic compression. This is the cycle of the auto. And now we look into the PV diagram. We have the top dead center and bottom dead center. Q in at the process 2 to 3 and 4 to 1 is the Q out. And we have two isentropic process there, which is at the process 1 to 2 and also 3 to 4. Now we look into the TS diagram. We have the process 2 to 3 with the constant heat, constant volume heat addition, and also process 4 to 1, which is constant volume heat rejection. So this is the how to say PV and also TS diagram of the Otto cycle, which I already explained in the previous slide. Now we look into the analysis of it, and first we look at the energy balance equation. For this case, it is a closed system, so the Q in minus Q out plus work in minus work out is equal to the internal energy of the final minus the internal energy of the initial. So this is the closed energy balance of the closed system. So we look into this equation. First, we look into the heat transfer, which is coming from the process 2 to 3 and 4 to 1. Process 2 to 3 is the heat addition process, whereby we can calculate the heat addition by Q in equal to internal energy at the position at state 3 minus at state 2. And the Q out, or heat rejection at the process 4 to 1, is calculated by this equation where Q out equal to U internal energy at state 4 minus internal energy at state 1. So for the call A standard assumption, we can use the CV, which is Q in equal to CV times in the bracket temperature at state 3 minus temperature at state 2. And the same goes to the Q out, which is it is equal to CV temperature at state 4 minus temperature at state 1. And now we look into the second process, or second which is the isentropic process or constant volume process, where we have process 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. So in here we can use the ratio of the volume, and V1 divided by V2, it is equal to VR1 divided by VR2, and it is equal to VR4 divided by VR3, and is equal to V4 divided by V3. And in the call as standard assumption, we have the power of K minus 1. As you can see, T2 divided by T1 is equal to V1 divided by V2 with the power of K minus 1, and goes on. And this is for the pressure. We can use also pressure ratio from pressure at state 1 and 2. And as you can see in this slide. So gas law equation, all state, for the all state, it follow the gas law equation. PV divided by T, it is equal to constant, so we can rearrange, and it is equal to something like this: PA VA times VA divided by TA, it is equal to PB VB divided by TV, and PV it is equal to MRT, because we use the ideal gas law equation. And the thermal efficiency of this system, the Otto cycle we calculated from this equation, which is the thermal efficiency equal to work net divided by Q in. And also, or we can use another equation, which is equal to the thermal efficiency is equal to 1 minus Q out divided by Q in. And for the call air standard assumption, we can use this equation where the thermal efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power of K divided by 1 minus 1. And for the compression ratio, R is equal to V max, which is the volume as the bottom dead center, divided by V min, which is the editor at the top dead center, and it is equal to V1 divided by V2, and it is equal to specific volume at state 1 divided by specific volume at state 2. And whenever the value of R increase, the efficiency also increase. And however, it has limit. It cannot be too high, and also because whenever it's too high, we have the auto ignition in the combustion chamber, and it is called as the engine knocking. This is the end of part 5 for chapter 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you.